We're at the start of a few tournaments. Up top, this is the 4K Weekly Saturday buy and rebuy add-on, each for $7. Oh, we got a little something going on down here. This is a 6-max 50NL. I have 2 of those, and I'm also playing the $22.50 $20 daily deep stack freeze out. Doing pretty good in that one, sitting 19th out of 92. This is probably a chop. And doing okay. I've made back all my tournament entries already, playing cash. Really? Alright, well, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. I'm just gonna raise without the nuts is kind of stupid there on the end, because the only thing that's gonna call you is a chop or better. So, whatever. But it's all going pretty well. It's a little dark in here. I'll put on the light in a minute. I'm just kind of sitting and chilling. I have a couple things going. I'm gonna stick with the pocket 8s here. Or actually, I'm not. I'm going to go back to the other one immediately after I check the flop. So, 4-way pot. Don't love it. This player leads minimum every time. He checks there. I'm absolutely not confident in it. We're going to play this one a little bit more aggressive. We're going to be up against more draws than sets. There's a lot of 4-5, ace-4. There's a lot of overpairs. There's a lot of ace-7. There are some 3s and deuces. Sets, but I don't think with top 2, I don't think we're supposed to do anything other than check raise. This flop was checked. I bet the turn. Player calls. River checks. He has a jack. That's fine. I'm kind of surprised he didn't bet the flop. I mean, it's a good idea, but if you're not going to bet the river when a king comes out, what can you do? I got to change that. What do we want to make the title? MTT 50 and L, we'll just do that. That looks fine. It's not great, but I'm just getting something going. Should we put WSOP in there? Yeah, we probably should, right? WSOP. Done. Alright, cool. WSOP Splaterday MTT and 50 and L. I'm having a lot of fun playing the 6-max, and I'm having a lot of success, so as far as cash games go right now, that's what I'm going to stick with. Plus, I do like, I gotta size this one up. I do like having only 4 tables when I'm concentrating mostly on tournament scores. That's kind of odd. I'm going to check back. This player is kind of strange. They are kind of a hero, so they could have a 4 or a 5. I just don't want to be smashing into the nuts here. That's very weird. I'm going to check. He could just have an 8 and just be like, I got to get some kind of value. What are the draws? Deuce 3 that missed ace. Oh, look at that. It's funny because I was waiting for him to be king 6, so just nothing. Just absolutement no. It's kind of hilarious, actually. I mean, to be fair, he had like 100 on the table, and he's just pissed it away to several players. Yes, I know you're always going to raise. Ooh, got shot. Backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw on the bottom end. 8's pretty good. I am going to bet. Yeah, I just have all the equity. Yeah, I should turn on the fucking... I don't want to open the window because of the glare. I'm going to just turn on this light. Just give me 1 second. Looking good, looking good. Alright, yeah, that's much better. I just didn't want the lights on. I didn't stream for the past, like, what is it, 4 or 5 days. When I wanted to stream many, many more times, but I had COVID for absolutely the 2nd time, maybe the 3rd time. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I think I've had it 3 times, but 1 time was before testing was a thing, so I definitely had it this time, and I definitely had it like 5 months ago or something like that. So really bad. This one wasn't bad, though. Get your vaccines, because I'm due for my 5th vaccine soon, And the version of COVID that I went through this time was nothing. I had some headaches. I still have a slight headache. Mostly I was just exhausted. Had a little bit of chest congestion. Nothing really. Didn't lose sense of taste. Didn't lose, anything really. I just kind of like, but all I was able to do is like, I would play some cash games for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops. And then I would have to go sleep. And that's what I did for the past like 5 days. And it's been kind of rough. So I didn't want to stream because I didn't want to just like start a stream and because it would come on, like I would be sitting there going and be like, all right, this is awesome, blah blah, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, just down. So this player opens 3x. I think this is one when we're in the blind we can absolutely call, disguise the strength of the hand. It's the kind of thing where if we hit, we'll just absolutely get monster paid. Like it doesn't get any better than this. So what we're expecting here is a bet, and then we can raise. That check's kind of interesting because he should be checking all flush draws, so now we kind of got to be careful. I like the double paired board because we might get called by ace high. So, nice. Probably could have gotten a little more if we 3-bet pre, but whatever. I do expect to see some bluffing. I mean, this field's super soft. I don't really love playing this without a 3-bet, but I know Jack Hole very well. So, not saying he's tricky, he's kind of ABC, so he's not just going to c-bet into fucking 5 players like nothing. This is hilarious. Gonna get raised a lot here. Yeah. Doesn't have to be anything, but it's gonna raise. And just cold called. Glad I folded. I just kind of want to see how this one plays out. I got an interesting one on another table. The table's kind of meh. Ooh, but I did flop a set over here. This player raised, I called, set gets flopped. He bets half pot, I'm just going to call. Hopefully he's got something. Usually doesn't with this betting pattern. He bets half again. I'm going to go for the check raise now. Hopefully he's got something he can call with. 3 on the river. I'm going to take a good amount of time. Let's see if we can go after his greed switch. Let's go 28. I'm going to overbet the pot just slightly. No, I don't know if he had enough. Limper, we're opening. Nice. We see a lead out. This is usually a pot control thing with a flush draw or like a gut shot like 4-5, 3-4. This is usually the draw. So it's kind of rough because we don't know what's going to happen behind. So I'm going to play it aggressive. I'm going to go. Hopefully this isn't like deuce 6 or queen 6 or something. But I'm trying to ISO versus this player's flush draw. Well, good read. I mean, he limp called a big raise with queen 5. What are you going to do? But I like my read. I like my play. That's kind of the stuff you have to put up with when you're playing 6-max. But I'm still up for the day, so who cares? I didn't even realize I was up that much. Jesus. Oh, well. Oh, I guess that was only a $25 pot. Or a $25 loss. No big deal. So this is the 2250 daily freeze out. It went limp and then check around flop. I don't mind setting up 2 barrels here. That bet is kind of nothing. So I think if this player doesn't improve, we won't see a bluff on the river and we can go for bluffs. We're in the latest position. This player, I'm not sure. We do have a shitload of outs. 10 would be great. Jack's not bad. Now, there is 9-10 out there, but I am holding a 9. But I think if it goes check around, I think I'm good. Yeah, queen? How do you have queen 6 in first? Seriously? Like, you limped... Oh, no, he was in the big blind. I thought he was in first position. That's weird. Okay. So, we see a raise. We 3-bet, obviously. Not sure about this player. I've seen them do some kind of questionable things. I raised, got called twice. I'm going to act like I am protecting a king. The snap call by my buddy over here, Mike, is kind of concerning. I'm going to check and see what he does. He could definitely have a king. This is usually a 9. I'm going to check. I expect him to bet bigger if he actually improved. I don't know what this is. Like, this could be a 9. It could also be a 4. But the guy just does so much dumb shit, I think I have to call. He has a king? Jesus. This guy is hilarious. Like, these bets are not things. Like, I won a shitload of chips off him already on another table by just raising those min bets. Like, he would min bet 50 and I would just pot. He'd call. Min bet 50 cents. I'd pot. He'd call. River, he'd check. I'd pot. He'd call. And I'd just show him the fucking top pair, top kicker, and he would just, you know, get out kicked or completely, like, be on some hero bullshit. Like, he really does love to hero. I'm going to let that go. Oh, I'm on this one. See you, limp. I made a raise. Wow, full pot. Limp and full pot. Like, this can be garbage, but I don't know what kind of garbage it is. It can be like 7-8 garbage, or it can be like 6-8 garbage. So it can be garbage that beats me. So I'm gonna let it go. I mean, I feel like a limp jam here is super weak, actually. Like, it might seem stupid, but after that bullshit last hand... Yeah, just got all of it back and more. Jacques. Yeah, I definitely have some body aches and headache pain still. I took some Tylenol, though, so should be all right. So you see a limp. Doesn't mean anything in this tournament. Like, you think, oh, why is he limping the thing? Okay, and then Jack hole is raising. I kind of like that, but I'm not sure if I want a 3-bet. Oh, this could get ugly. So here's the question. So if I go for the 3-bet and get jammed on, I believe I have to call. This guy is more of a spot, though, so yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm gonna go big enough so I can't fold if he jams, and that's just the way the game's played. So if he wants to jam, it's fine. Wow. And he gets a 4. King. Do it the king. Jack will do. Hilarious. Okay. So I jumped from 118th place to probably like 10th. Because knowing this player and seeing how dumb he is. 20th out of 200 players. Thanks, bro. Very simple note on him that said spot. He's a spot. Hilarious. I guess that hand where the guy let out could have also been like 6-7. That would kind of make sense. Did my dude go out that quick? Yeah, he did. He got aces cracked the next hand. Oh my god. I didn't even see it. He ran his 4s into my jacks for just an insane amount of chips. And then his aces get cracked. So this player raised, I called. Flop, we just check call. He bets bigger, we do call. He can equally be bluffing as have it. Hey, aces, and you got no value. Like, what do I have here ever that checks 3 times and calls 3 times that you don't beat? Like, if I check raise you on the end, then you can consider folding, but you have to bet those aces. Like, I actually went through it a little while ago because I heard, I don't watch his videos normally, but this is Alex Torelli made a video, and he was talking about, you know, playing medium and low stakes, what levels, you know, and he was talking about, he's like, I was already making a living playing 100 and 200 NL, 100 NL and 200 NL, not 100, 200. But, you know, he's playing 100 NL online. And he was saying that he went through and he decided on a whim to just see what hands he was making his most money on. And as a joke, he's like, I bet it's aces. He went and looked. It was like 80% of his profit was made from aces. And he was like, holy shit. So he realized you just have to play them crazy aggressive and always go for value because people don't see them. Like, they like... He could have bet the aces there, and I have to call it with queen jack because he could equally have just the ace of clubs in his hand. Like, just from a GTO standpoint, I'm not supposed to fold that top pair, especially when he goes like half pot, half pot, half pot. But he just left an extra 25 blinds in my stack that he didn't need to. Like, he absolutely could have bet that. So this is a limped pot. I am going to raise. I'm going to make a pretty big raise. I like jacks. Duke limps. A limp jam from Duke isn't as weak as the one from the guy on the other table, but a limp call is pretty weak. King's not bad. I am going to bet small. Does he ever jam with a king? I doubt it. Does he jam with a flush draw? Yes. He calls. 8 on the turn. This is one of those ones where I either hit a king or I am good. So we just jam on him. Unless he's slow rolling me with like 6s. I mean, he's just supposed to have like 7-9, 2 diamonds. But we're making sure he makes a horrible decision. But if he has like 7-10 of diamonds, then yeah, 5-7 of diamonds, yeah, you can call that. But you can't call it with just diamonds. Maybe if you have like the suited ace-queen of diamonds, you can, but he's not limping that. Yeah, so we just protect our hand. It's absolutely fine. Because any queen or diamond or, you know, whatever, even a 6 can beat us. You know, he could have like 6-7 or something. And if a 6 comes off, he trips out. My man's leading out again. I did raise this small. He's going to have a lot of 5-6, 3-5, 5-8. 6-4, 6-7. Yeah. That's a fine card. I almost misclicked check there. Yeah. He's just doing this to lead out and control. Like, it's just, he's trying to draw. But just, you know, if you're going to draw, we're going to charge you, bro. Sitting 25th out of 88 in this one. I'm not going to participate in these limp spots. People are just getting too stupid. I'm going to 3-bet this one. He went pretty big, so I'm going to go pretty big. But we do have this player in there. This player's 10 of a hero, so he reads everything as ace-king, so I won't be bluffing much against him if he decides to play on. I am a little out of breath. That's still from the COVID thing. It's pretty nice. Go down here. I opened pot on the button. This player's been kind of aggressive. Not insanely so. I think he's doing a pause check fold. Either that or he's doing a pause check raise. I'm just going to bet the $3. 2/3 pot. This is what I would do with overpairs. Is he going for the check raise? No, he's just kind of pause check fold. It's funny, that is a note I put on people. But a lot of people just wait and then check, and then they think that that makes it like they were thinking about it when they were never going to call, or they were never going to bet. So then they check, and then you bet, and then they just fold right away. Like, people save face with their time back, but to me it's more valuable to have your time back. There's a lot of recreational players in town. It's kind of awesome. Like Super Rex. Oof, I thought that was a 3. Corner of my eye. I'm just going to check. That's fucking dumb. It's how a pair of 9s just goes broke. I don't even think he had that much, but if the board wasn't paired, I could have called, but an 8 comes off, I'm counterfeited, so I just didn't bother. Probably should have 3-betted pre-flop, knowing who I'm up against, but it's kind of not anything. So this player has raised my blind pretty much every time, which is kind of a weird position to be doing it in, so I like these hands in that scenario because we're not always going to get too much static. So this is my payoff partner over here. So I don't know him to bet too much, but I do know him to try to dissuade betting. So I'm going to go ahead and bet big. 7-9 already beat me. 7-4 is the only thing that changes now. 8-6, 6-5. 10 or queen would be nice. I think a 5 is good too. 10's pretty good on the river. I'm going to check and see if we can get a bluff. I don't think we get a call out of a big bet, but if this player decides to bluff at the hearts, or if he does have like pocket 10s, this can easily be hearts, but I can't fold. Oh, he hit the fucking 5 on the turn. That's rough. It's funny because if he had c-bet, he would have lost the pot, so good on him. But nothing I can do there. I got this one. Player bet. We checked. I called flop. We checked turn. And now he's got the straight. It's fine. That's annoying. Oh, bottom right. All right. Let's raise this up. Cold call. Ace can be a problem, but I do think we want to treat it like we have an ace. So we're going to bet 1/3. He calls. I am going to bet twice and then probably give up. That's enough. It doesn't have to be much bigger or smaller. He could definitely have a set here, but I think it's more likely he has an ace. If he takes this long and then calls, I may fire the river, but I kind of doubt it. I'm more likely to call if he raises here, actually, because he's going to have a lot of club draws. 7-8 just got there. I'm going to check. He could have 9s or 10. He could have 10s. 9s could have gotten there. Ace-4. Wow, that's why he was thinking about raising. So, all right. I don't think a bet on the river would have worked, but I will keep it in my wheelhouse that I'm betting 3 times against him for value. Yeah, that's kind of a... Just to be calling that bet. Like, I'm out of the small blind and there's a limper and I go 5x and he calls it with ace-4. It's really bad. And then he should have raised me on the turn because he had the open ender. Wow, that's really bad. Like, really bad. But I don't think he would have folded to a third barrel. I'm really glad I checked there. I think we got it right to the point where he was thinking about folding, which is insane because he should never fold this board when you have ace-4. Because you can hit a 4-7 or deuce and you beat all the aces I'm representing. So, you know. If a king had come off, I would have won it. I don't think anything else, though. All right. We got an ace. It's not the best. Check on the turn, and the deuce is good, but it's a heart, so I think betting is fine. I think we have to be careful if we get raised. Not an issue. I open small with king-queen under the gun. Not crazy. King's okay. There should be an ace out here, and we know this guy to be an ace lover and very sticky, so we're going to check. That's a dumb bet. This is usually a draw bet for most players, but I think with him, I think it's a weak-ass ace. So we're looking to hit a king or a queen. Obviously, we're not folding for one blind. Getting 14 to 1. Or 12 to 1. I guess we check. I mean, the 6 is really bad because 6s live over here. Aces also don't have to worry about their kicker now. He just folds. He just had a heart draw. Yeah. And we chop it up. Like, him folding is kind of ridiculous that we don't get to see his hand. It's just kind of so stupid. He was probably betting something like 7-8. Or not 7-8, but like, I don't know, 6-7 maybe. But even then... No, not 6-7. It could have been a heart draw, I guess. I don't know, though. It's kind of weird. Ooh, I need caffeine. $28 out of 84 in the $20 freeze out, doing pretty well there. Sitting 23rd out of 187. I am going to bet super small here. I'm going to call this. I'm going to check that. I don't love checking it, but I do pick up a lot of equity with the diamonds, but this player's kind of... I'm just going to check. I think it's fine. He's got a ton of 2 pairs that he's not going to fold. Yeah, it's fine. So, raise, I called, this player called. It's not the worst. He bets, but not a significant amount. It's under half pot. It's not really a small bet. He should have gone like 225. I do like calling here. He's going to put me on king queen a bunch, but he's going to have king queen himself a bunch. So when he checks, I am going to bet. Right about 2/3 ought to do it, unless he has some other kind of evil intention. Yeah, I think he has king queen here. Let me think it over. What is he check jamming with? So I don't have the ace of clubs, right? So I don't have the ace of clubs. So he can have the suited ace of clubs. The real problem here is the ace king. So I think I'm going to let it go. I don't think I would fold any pair here. This is my minimum to let go. I don't think I'm folding anything other than ace queen exactly. If I had ace king, I would call. This one against the same player, I raised pre-flop, checked, he bet. I called, check, check, turn. River comes off a king, and I bet. If he raises me here, he absolutely made the straight. He could have two pair king jack, but I don't know if he raised that very often. So he could have queen 10. He could have, 8 10. I guess even 5 8 because it is the blind, but I did raise it. So his taking this long, it's kind of meh. Yeah, he gives it up. Same player. He bet the flop. I called. I picked up the flush draw. I decided just to check back. He can have 4 5. I think we win a bunch here unless, pocket tens. Top right. What did you have? He had pocket eights. So, all right, I was in third place, but I had all the equity. Glad an 8 didn't come off. Player limps. I raise. Ghost Train does kind of dumb shit. So, hopefully he does it right now. It's taking this long for no reason. You're not watching the stream, man. So, can't really get me. Like, this is one of those ones where if they take this long and jam, it's either aces or just trash. It's like aces or like eights. So, you just call it off. I mean, it's kings for fuck's sake. We're not trying to think too hard. I think he's just disconnected, though. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about that ace queen again. I kind of think my bet was a little bit small. I also could have checked and then gone for the steal on the river. It kind of makes more sense if I didn't 3-bet pre-flop. I think if I had 3-bet the ace queen pre-flop, I could have done more. Man, Learn to Swim really is trying to play this position, and he's just pissing money away. Like, it's not going well for him. Yeah, I think he had a hand he had no intention of getting rid of. I think it was like ace-king suited. Or even just ace-king with the ace of clubs. Man. I mean, my dude is just making... This guy's limping every hand, and my dude is making some hellaciously big opens. Like, I should be 3-betting this a lot, but he made it so big. It's like, what the fuck? And we got an ace, so that's good. I mean, I really don't know how crazy you're supposed to go here with an ace if you're Learn. Like, if you have ace-king... Wow. That's funny. This is like ace-5, usually, or like... It's got to be ace jack plus. It could even be ace queen itself, but I think this player is just kind of overplaying hands, so he could even have a hand as weak as like queen 5 that hit good. It's an annoying run of hands for the past couple minutes. Love it. This guy fucking took a full minute and a half and then folded. I guess he's sitting out, but he's not disconnected. That's nice. That's nice. I'm gonna check and see if he'll bluff. Nice bluff. I guess technically he's value betting, but I can't get anything out of him if I bet, so I kind of have to do that. I have an interesting one. I would normally raise on the button here with all pairs because of all the limps, but in all honesty, pocket 5s is right on the edge for me. I think pocket 7s for sure. Pocket 6s I don't think so. But pocket 7s for sure. And it's just because it just went limp, limp, limp. And we just ended up going 4 ways. So, just going to bet. This guy is a bit of a sheriff. But we'll see. Yeah. I think that's the benefit of not raising there. I mean, granted, on that exact board with king 4 deuce, I could have bet, but, you know, representing ace king, king queen. But I think limping there is awesome because that's why if we hit a set, it's not necessarily going to be bottom set, you know. But we're going to be very disguised because I think, I mean, I know that it's theory to raise the, you know, any pair on the button if it's limped to you. But I think 5s is just whatever. Where am I at now in the 20? Oh, I'm in 10th place in the $20 freeze out. So, min raise, I called. Pretty good. Just going to bet. And I'm just going to bet again. Probably chopping if he calls. I can't believe he called. Must have had a flush draw. Ace nerve is kind of great because people can't fold. Like, so if he had the ace high flush draw, he probably would have called me off. Got a good one up here. This was raised, min raised by this player. I called. Kind of want to see him bet a lot, but half pot or more and I'm happy. Small bet could be good too. I guess there's no real great bets. I mean, unless he has pocket 8s here, I'm not worried about much. He could be trapping king, queen, or even queen, jack. He could be checking that for value or for whatever. Jack on the river is kind of bad. I'm going to check. He can have ace, queen a ton here because of whatever, but I think he's just going to have like jack 10. He's going to have some king, queen. I kind of got to see it. 10-9. Interesting. So I guess the move was to check the flop. So I got 3-bet. I raised. I got 3-bet here. We're obviously going to call. I think this is one where unless he has jacks, we're good. I mean, he can have 9s, 10s. But I don't think we can fold before then. And weird. The 4 on the river, he should really be betting. Like, that's just a huge value spot because I'm just going to think he has ace-king there a ton, or ace-queen. So, that's fine. Man, everybody in that seat's been getting a lot of good hands, but they keep not getting value. It's kind of funny. people are kind of meh. Actually down in the cash games a little bit now. That's kind of frustrating. Damn. Look at this. They raced it. Like, just a straight jam. Opened and then jammed from the big blind for fucking half this guy's stack, which is 25 blinds. Jesus. It is interesting when a player doubles up and then they play the next hand. It's like, yeah, you just got these chips, but sometimes players are not cool about it. Like, they just kind of lock up, but he's obviously willing to play, so it suggests that he has a good hand. This is annoying. So if I had fucking pocket tens, I'm probably stacking him. But whatever. Defending my blind, nothing really going on here. It's good to have some straight check folds. Queens are good. Come on, learn. Nobody. I'd usually go bigger, but this player kind of sticks around. It's fine. He has to have something to play on, but if he has like 10-9, we're going to get a good chunk there. Ooh, I got aces. I'm going to show the other table because we have aces here. Let's do it. I have to go big because these players are kind of payoff. Like, I'm trying to get this guy. Learn might do something weird. Man, this guy is just betting pot every time on this other table. It's hilarious. Ah, that sucks. I don't think there's anything else we can do. My man here just keeps betting pot. It's fucking insane. Like, it's working for him, but only because I'm getting very specific situations. But, like, ugh. Like, if he 3-bets again, I'm going to 4-bet. I can't with this guy. Just calls. He's not doing it every time. I think he's just getting hands. But missing flops, but putting in these gigantic bets. So that's not bad. I am going to bet small. Nice. have this one. I raised, got called twice, made my best flop, so I'm just going to bet for value. Get called. The 6 isn't great. I'm going to check just because King-Queen will absolutely bet, but a 6 won't usually. So I kind of want to see what's going on. He bets 4. I think it's fine. I think we just call. 8 on the river, we check. Yeah. I mean, this could be King-Queen, but I really feel like Learn would... He had pocket 10s, so we got the max. Like, he's just always aggressive. It's stupid. He's going to be aggressive. It's fine. We'll let him. This is one of those guys who really likes to make a point when my point is to make money. See, like, this is just dumb. That bet doesn't mean anything. It's like 55% pot. It doesn't mean anything. Like, go 3/4 or don't go at all. Like, it's just not going to happen. All right. Player raises. Worst flop in the world comes off. You win. You're a fucking idiot. Oh, man, my energy is really dipping. Like, I think that's the last bit of the COVID that I'm dealing with is, like, it fucks with my energy levels. Like, I got plenty of sleep, and I'm fed, and I'm good. But, man, like, it just felt like, I could have felt like I just could have passed out right then. Like, it really felt like I was falling asleep. So, this is a good bet. If this was one diamond, I would play on. But, yeah, it's just this is the ones we have to fold. Still sitting in 39th out of 149. Man, they lost 50 players this hour. That's crazy. I feel like I'm noticing... Is this guy seriously going to 3-bet every fucking time I open and he's in the button? If he does, I'm 3-betting. I can't. All right, 4-betting. I can't do this anymore. It took that long and then called. It's kind of odd. Well, we got an overpair. I'm just going to bet it. He could have been contemplating a raise. Get called. Checks. Could be a 4, could be a deuce. We're going to check back. Could be also a hand like ace-3, ace-5. I think we just check. 4 is full. Wow, you got the minimum, sir. Like, am I not calling a river bet? You got the minimum. Wow. When a very aggressive guy does that, like, he just gives up the ghost. These tables are good, but I just like, I can't get much going here. Raised pre-flop. He raised pre-flop. I called. Check flop. I bet turn and bet river. Obviously, if I get raised, it's not great. $17. You're a fucking moron. Like, people are idiots. Just flops it. Just flops it. Gets the absolute minimum. Like, I don't understand. Like, you could have raised the turn. Like, that's the move. Because I'm not folding there. Yeah, I might have to give up the cash games for a minute here. My energy's kind of way too low for it. And we're about to go on break anyway. At least I think we are. Yeah, about a minute. But not that I feel like I'm going to be playing bad, but just when my energy's low, I can play bad. Like, I can miss stuff, so if this is a dip, then I need to get off these tables. Tournaments, not so much. Tournaments are kind of harder to win, but simpler to play. So I'm going to move these around so I have the tournaments right where I want them. So it's bottom right. All right, we're on break. I will be right back. Wow, I really spaced out right there. All right, I'm going to try to get some caffeine and sugar going. I'll be right back. Alright. I had a banana, the only fucking sugar in the house, which is depressing. And I got the ultimate. Roto, R-O-H-T-O, all-in-one eye drops. I got these when I was having problems with my eyes with that bacterial infection, which I honestly think may have been COVID. I'm not sure. Anyway, these things are fucking bananas. They're $10 a bottle, and they're worth every penny. One drop in each eye, and it's the weirdest thing. They make the whites of your eyes the whitest they've ever been in your life. They don't burn, but they are mint. So it's like you get this sensation of like dripping ice water that doesn't warm up with your body temperature in your eye. So it's like, I am awake now. I did not even expect that to work that well. I've done it a few times. And man, woo, but it's like, imagine like, it's like putting ice cubes on your eyeballs. And that sensation only lasts like, I don't know, a few minutes. But it reactivates your tear ducts, which when I'm tired, my tear ducts don't work. My face feels all crusty and all like that. So, you know, all good. Appreciate a couple people. I see people dropping in and coming in and out, and I appreciate you.
Hello there.
But yeah, I'm kind of in the thing now. So, all right, we'll see where we're at. Doing very well in the 2250. We're 15th out of 62. It looks like 24 get paid, so we're a lot closer to the cash than I thought. Cool. I'm going to do the math on that and see how far. 562 for first, 403 for second. That's really good distribution there. And a min cash is $34, so 1.5x. Or no, 1.75x buy-in for a min cash, which is pretty good. You know, if you can't get two, 1.75 is pretty fucking good. This is an odd because of this player. And this player is kind of big, so I'm going to go ahead and just raise. Yeah, he's kind of whatever. It's a good jam spot for him, so if he jams, I kind of have to think about it. But with this player behind, it's kind of odd. But the call was really what I was worried about. Okay, pair and the nut flush draw. I expect to see players bet quite often. I am just going to bet. We're just going to be aggressive. Queen on the turn. I'm going to check because that's the only card that's going to stop me from betting. Calling. Wow, look at this. Should be good, right? Yeah. Once the 10 hits the river, it's like, yeah, he flopped it. Yeah, I felt like he flopped it. You could have gotten it all in, man. You could have gotten it all in with the second nut flush, but you shouldn't have been calling that raise in the first place. So, you're lucky. You're lucky I didn't just decide to go ape shit. If the 10 had come on the turn, I would have gone fucking crazy. Hey, lots of people here. Ugh. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Okay, so people are... Yeah, okay. A lot of tournaments start now. So people are in. So, this tournament where I just sucked out royally, I'm 33rd out of 137. Top 48 getting paid. Top prize is $1,000. Second place, $730. Third place, $530. That's really awesome. I got second in this last week. Yeah, it was the Saturday version. So, hey, thanks, Wild Buffalo. So in this bottom tournament, this is the 2250 freeze out. The in-the-money average is 27,700, which means final table will be something around, what is that? About 3 times that, so we'll say 25 times 3. It'd be about 75, so we're doing really well. We're about 1,000 ahead of the average, 20th out of 60. Feel good. Should have fixed my fucking nail on break. Yeah, I can just put that right back on. But I can't do it while I'm playing here because I need my hand for the mouse. I've been up for an hour. I was waiting for everybody to start getting in. Dun, 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 dun. Not the worst scenario, but he is defending the blinds, so I think we're going to check back. Should be good, unless he hit a 4. Calling. Oh, he had the 9. Good for you. Don't think I would have gotten him off it. Don't think I'm ever supposed to fold. Don't think I'm supposed to bet. So I think I played it just about as perfect as you can in that exact scenario. This was a complete, so there was no raise. He just limped along. He may bet. He's got a lot of chips. He takes that long and then checks. I am going to bet. And he goes away. Pause, check, fold. That's what I'm saying. It's like the weakest play ever. Like if a guy pauses and then checks and then you can bet, just bet. Like doesn't matter what the fuck you have. You don't need anything. It's like my one blanket rule. It's right up there with if they pause for a really long time and then bet, just fold everything but the fucking monsters. Like, it doesn't have to be the nuts, but like I've folded bottom set there and been right. Like because it's like the guy had top set. Or middle set. Usually not top. I don't really see how I win this one. Like, we're just going to lose to a better ace a ton here. Unless he has, like, king, queen, or queen, jack, or something. Well, queen, jack makes a straight. King, queen? King, jack. King, queen. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, see, pretty good. That's one that if I had 3-bet preflop, which is the theory standard, I would have lost the pot. because I don't think one bet would have done it, and it would have been very hard to keep firing. This is kind of interesting. Not anymore. That sucks. Man, those eye drops really helped. I feel so much more awake. I guess the sugar and the caffeine are helping too. I thought I had it. Yeah, I do. I'm doing it. It's going to be a caffeine day. I want to put in a long session. I haven't put in a long session all fucking week. So, I'm doing it. My knockoff 5-hour energy. How old is this one? I haven't used these in a while. I don't think it really has a Best Buy date. Yeah. It's just a ball of chemicals, really. It's just 5-hour energy. It's a knockoff 5-hour energy that I think tastes better. It's a little bit less harsh. There we go. Just taking half of it. Ooh, that really tastes bad. That might be too old. But I need it. I need the caffeine. What do you have? Do you have like 2 pair? Queens, and you turn them into a bluff. That's kind of dumb. Kind of enjoying the tournaments. I'm going to look at the cash games and keep an eye on them, but I'm not really overly excited about the cash games right now, just because of the way that they're playing. Although, man, there are a lot of 9-max. I might have to play them. I'm looking for the spots. There's a couple of spots. You know what? I don't want to. I don't want to play cash right now. I want to concentrate on these tournaments. It took a while. I'm going to go ahead and bet small. Yeah, that's the problem. 10 jack, 2 spades. It's probably 2 spades. So it sucks. I know this player to be very aggressive, but they are super fish, so they would actually check raise like this with king queen. So I'm just gonna let it go. Could have checked it. Definitely could have checked it with jacks without a spade, but it's fine. He's just going to have a queen there a lot. Or he's going to have, like, a suited ace, which is, you know, we're 50-50.
Hey, look what we got. Let's do it. Come on. Anybody want to play a big one? Come on, Bonanza. I'm trying to get him to make a move. So, but we have to bet. Because we have to look uniform. But if I check, it's just pointless. Like, because I put myself in such a bad position. I don't want him calling with a pair of nines or with the nine of hearts. Or checking that and then having a flush and just getting too sticky. So. And my stack's too big to need to gamble there. Okay. I'm going to go small and then bigger on the river. Nice. It's a good two-barrel. He doesn't even have to have anything. He just has to have ace high there. But once they see you bet twice, it's like... You know. It's just one of those things. They just got to see you bet twice. Because like ace king, ace queen, ace 10, all those ace high hands, you know, will call. And I don't want to lose to like jack high spade draw, you know. So... Good luck on the session. Thank you to boss. Much appreciated. I appreciate you, man. There's some move here, but I don't think it's necessary completely. I'm looking back at the timing with those jacks versus the check raiser. I should have checked it behind. His timing before he checked to me was kind of... Yeah, he flopped like two pair. It's a good fold. Kind of player just kills this guy. Kind of player just kills his action. Oh, sorry, you didn't see it. This guy. God damn it, you still didn't see it. This guy. It's a Nick Airball syndrome, where you're gonna flop a monster and then just check raise pile, when it's like your opponent has to have something to pay you. You're just afraid to get sucked out on so bad. Like, that's the thing people should have taken away from those heads-up matches, is that Berkey, when he made the good hands, he just kind of... And you see Doug Polk do it versus whoever, and Phil Galfond. It's like, you have to take some risk that you get sucked out on. You absolutely have to. 18th out of 44 in the 2250. That's this one. What I remember of this player, he's the one I want to be playing against. I think he came in fourth in that tournament, or when I took second last week in this one. I got second in both these last week. I'm just going to go ahead and bet. He can have some random jacks, but we just need to protect the sixes. It's fine. And we're crawling up to 19th, 18th, something like that. 19th. 43 left, 24 getting paid, so not really bubble. What's the formula here? I guess it's soft bubble, but not really. I think half, so like maybe at 32 players left we can start stealing for 28, yeah. Or for 24, yeah. So, I mean, we're not really in any kind of danger position. We have a shitload of blinds. So, we're just kind of playing. taking so long here, bro? That was fun. So, like, if we were on the bubble, I would be stealing this, but I'm gonna let it go. Can't wait for that bubble. Do some of this shit. Love that bubble. Damn, my phone is charging fast. I was amazed. Had this phone way too long. But it's still doing good. Hello, hello. What's all this then? 34th out at 115 now. Adjusting for his limp. That's pretty good. I don't think he has much, but yeah. I don't think he has much, so I could have checked it, but he can sometimes have some weak-ass aces where he has to call one street. Well, Paz, what's up, my man? How you doing, bro? We're feeling good. Yeah, still getting over COVID. If you didn't catch that, I hadn't streamed the last 5 days because I had COVID. It really wasn't bad, and I'm going to tell everybody now: get your vaccines because I've had 4 vaccines. I think 4. It's my next one is in 2 weeks, so that'll be 5. But doesn't prevent you from getting it. Not as much as they had hoped, but I've had COVID now at least twice. Probably 3 times, but the first time was so early on that we don't know if it was COVID or not. And oddly, Courtney didn't get it, so, we're living in the same house and on lockdown and, whatever. So anyway, kind of interesting. I think I'd like to lead here. This is my biggest problem because of the limp trap. But yeah, I'd rather just take that down. That's fine. I'm ahead of the average now. I'm doing good. And when we see all those limps, it's like whatever. I'm like 15th out of 40. Yeah, so yeah, I just had COVID. Just poke it in for a sec while I have a break. Good luck. Thank you, Hayden. Everybody say hi, Hayden. Hayden's a very pretty boy. Hayden's a very pretty boy. Lives in my town. Happens to like older men. And one of us especially. I'm not going to play this out of position because Curly does kind of crazy stuff. This seems really tight to fold, but this... I'm actually going to get away from it. Yeah, so everybody say hi, Hayden. Make sure you let him know he's a good boy. That's what I do. Anyway. So I've had COVID for the past, at least 4 days, maybe 5. It's basically just been low energy... headaches have been a big one, like sensitivity to light, some sinus congestion. I wouldn't have thought it was COVID, but a friend of mine, she gets COVID. She's had it like 5 times. She gets COVID, pretty much every time a new variant comes around. She had called me and said, hey, I've been kind of feeling this way and that way. And I said, you know what, have you been having this, that, and this? And she goes, yeah. And I go, I've been having that too. And she goes, what do you think it is? And I'm like, it doesn't sound like a fucking cold. And she goes, do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. She went, took an at-home test, COVID full on, went to CVS, got the confirmation, COVID full on. I went and got tests, did one for me. The first one came out inconclusive, did another one, came out COVID full on. So it's like, yeah. So had a little bit of a fever, aches and pains, body aches. My neck's still kind of stiff. It's been hard to sleep, I'll say that. But yeah. So, you know, chilling with the Rona. There's 40 left in this one. I was going to open, but we don't need to. 40 left, top 24 getting paid. Yeah, I think 35, 36 players left I want to start really stealing. So that's a 3x open from a real donkey. Ooh. Shit. Fuck that. Yeah, because what do you do now with jacks, right? Like this is a cold 3-bet of a large open. I mean, this should be like queens plus up here, and this should only be aces and kings. That's never a good hand. When they jam the turn there, it's never a good hand. Look at me getting away for free versus queens. Never a good hand when they jam it, because why would he jam aces or kings like that? He's not going to have a 9. The board pair is 9s. He's never going to have a 9. Only thing he can really have is a full house, but he never has 6s and 3s opening that big. No. I got one here. I open small pre-flop, or I open minimum bet small pre-flop, or on the flop, and that's that. Good to be here. Everybody good to be here. Sitting 15th out of 40 in this one. Feel pretty good. Thor is the chip leader. I mean, I've just seen the guy just get aces and kings so many times. Like, we had this, I was like 25% ahead of him, then he got queens, kings, and aces, and just doubled. Well, he doubled once, and then he just made big pots after that. He went from 11,000 to 45 in, like, no time. This is hilarious. This is something to keep an eye on. This guy had 92,000. He was by far the chip leader in this tournament with, like, 150 players left. And he's lost a third of it by this limp shit. He keeps, like, paying off with, you know, top pair shitty kicker and just getting out kicked all over the place. It's kind of fucking hilarious. Like, I kind of love that he's on my right, but I can't really get in there. Because, like, this is what a smart player does. You just fucking bang on him. Well, not going to see that call, that's for sure. I mean, unless this is, like, queens plus, I really don't think you can call. So, it's a nice move, but not a great spot. So this player limped. He bets now. He can definitely have a 10. I don't expect him to have an ace too much. It's kind of interesting. I don't see him as a twice better, so it's fine.
I think it's fine, though. I think it's fine to give that up. Ooh, hello. We see a min raise from Captain Queens over here. I wasn't going to 3-bet, but this player, I think I have to. So I'm kind of going to go smallish. I think 3x is enough. Even though we have a raise and a call. Usually you would go like 5x. But yeah, it's just going to work, right? Because of the leverage factor. Like, that's huge. That's, you know, adding 6K to my fucking stack. That's a 15% increase in my stack right there for free. I mean, that's just so good. Yeah, the jam lead. I'm watching it now. Rip Doyle, yeah, big Rip Doyle. I'll tell my Doyle story. I think I told it the other day. I told it on Twitter. So, back in 2006, when I worked at the Venetian, they poached me from Imperial Palace, and I ended up being their A1 within, like, 3 weeks. So that meant I was dealing the biggest games that we had. Well, they then incentivized Doyle and Chip and, Phil Ivey and all the big players who were playing over in Doyle's room, or in Bobby's room, in Chip's game. They were enticing them all to come to the Venetian, right? And this is back when the Venetian had, like 60 tables, and they had a great parlor in the back room. It was really amazing in 2006, really great, during the poker boom. So I'm sitting there, and I sit down at the table. They bring me into the parlor, and one of the guys goes, look, it's you and one other guy who are going to deal this game, and you guys are just going to trade off back and forth all night while these guys want to play, and you may have to stay later and blah, blah, blah. And my attitude, I didn't even catch what was going on. I didn't look at the rack and see how many, how my rack was situated, because when you situate for time versus when you situate for rake, it's a different setup. But I didn't see it was for time, so I didn't know it was a big game, because they didn't do time until you got to like 5,100 back then. But I go, why? Who the fuck are these people? And then in rolls Doyle. And I just got this big smile on my face. And I looked at the floor man, and he goes, and I go, hello, Mr. Brunson. And he goes, everybody calls me Doyle. And I said, well, then I shall call you Doyle, sir. I like betting here like this. And he sits down, and then, see, this min raise doesn't have to mean anything. This player does overplay hands, but it doesn't have to mean anything. He can have all draws. But I think we just see a larger bet here if he does have a king. I'm not sure, though. Let me see here. Is he overplaying? He pots, flop turn, check both, checks back. 9-5, 2 pair, good versus his ace-9. Yeah, he's overplaying top pair or 2 pair. It's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to let this go against my better judgment. He did min-click me right away. I feel like he can have a set of deuces here a lot. I'm going to let it go. If the turn wasn't a 9, I would probably stick around, but 10-jack got there also, so there's just not a lot of combinations that aren't bluffing, or that are bluffing against me, so that's fine. I like having to call one, but anyway, kind of sucks to lose that pot right now, but who cares. So that puts me down to 22nd place. Oh, I'm still well good here. So anyway, so he comes over, and I'm like, what would you like? And he's like, well, I'll see what everybody gets when they get down, because he wanted to see how much it was. So Chip Reese shows up, and he buys in, an insane amount. They all bought an insane amount. Phil Ivey's there, Michael Mizrachi, Phil Locke is there, and there was 2 Japanese businessmen that I guess they were the fish, and everybody buys in, and then I go around and I'm calling for checks, because what they all did was they had flags from Bellagio, right? So they would take out, a flag is a $5,000 chip, so, or $50,000 chip, and they would take those out and be like, hold these. They would hold them for collateral, and then they would give them Venetian chips, and they would take their Bellagio chips back later. And it's perfectly legal to do, because you can't trade these chips. Just like if you found one on the ground, and any player that is known to have these chips said they had lost one, you couldn't go cash it out at the Bellagio. You'd be a thief. So you'd have to just turn it in. But anyway, so Doyle sits there and he goes, who's got the most? And I said, I forget who it was, but I said, this person has the most. I think it was one of the businessmen. And he goes, how much does he have? And I go, excuse me, sir. And I look over and I count it.
And I say, he's got 450,000. And Doyle goes, perfect. And he pulls out a leather, like film camera case. Like, you know, the old film cameras that you'd have to like put the little things in? He had a leather one. And I'd heard about this thing, and apparently it was legendary. And he just dumps it out on the table, and there's 12 flags in it, which is $600,000. And he goes, I'll take this. And I go, you got it. And he goes, I'll also take another 400, but I'm going to do that on marker because he didn't have enough chips on him. Then Chip Reese goes, marker. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I got it. And he pulls out of his pocket 400 grand in flags, gives it to Doyle, so Doyle buys in for $1 million. He wanted to cover the table, and he did. He covered the table by like 500 grand. There was a lot of good Doyle stuff. I called his hand once. That same game, because I dealt that game for like, I mean, every day I worked, which was probably 5 days a week at the time. I dealt that game probably 4 days a week, I'd say. And it would be like 4 to 8 hours. One time I dealt at 12 because the other guy never came in. And they took care of me. They were really great guys. You know, you're not making $1 million, but you'd make time. So like, you know, the house drop would be so much, then you'd make a green bird. So you're making 25 a half an hour. Pretty good. And there were some excessive pots where I got tipped, you know, blackbirds and crazy. Sammy Farha was there, and when he was there, he doesn't tip, and he'll tell you, I'm not going to tip you shit. But I would give him shit, and I literally, he was like berating me, and I was like, you know, Mr. Farha, I'm not going to have you do this. I really don't care who you are. I'll have you thrown out. And the whole table just dies laughing. And he goes, you going to 86 me? And I go, yeah, what's in it for me to keep you here? And he goes, what? And I go, why would I keep you here if you're just abusing me? I was like, you're not tipping me anything. I don't care who you are. And at that moment, 2 green birds flew in. One from Eric Lindgren and one from David Williams. And they went, we'll cover his tips. And I just made $50 right there. I go, that's fine, but you're on thin ice. And I was giving him shit the whole time. I used to call him the Lithuanian leprechaun. It was fucking hilarious. I don't even know if he was Lithuanian. I just said it. And everybody loved it. He loved when I gave him shit back. And it still never tipped. Never tipped, but he just doesn't do it. But yeah, but he loved me after that. Yeah, it was a lot of Doyle stuff. One time I called his hand. He was playing against one of the businessmen guys. And he goes, I got it. And then the other guy turns his hand over, and he didn't speak English, and he had 3 of a kind. And I said, I think Doyle said he's got it. And then before I turned my head, Doyle goes, he's got 3 of a kind. How do you know I got it? And I went, because you got top set. And he just turns it over, and sure enough, he had top set. And he was like, how'd you know? And I said, I dealt him. And that was a joke that did not go over well. People didn't like that answer, but Doyle was very cool about it. He understood that I was just kidding. But my floorman told me, don't say that. I mean, a full pot bet here is kind of meh. I mean, unless he has a set, right? But he has ace-queen a lot. I don't know, I'm just kind of curious. Wow. Excuse me for not seeing that he would have king-3 in first. Glad a 3 didn't come off, Jesus. I guess he's just everything in his range, this fucking idiot. That's annoying. Full pot bet is nuts or junk. That's not the nuts what he was betting. That's annoying. Really, again? He flopped this straight. Jesus Christ, how great is this? I'm going broke on that fucking river. Jesus Christ. God, he was so full of shit on the other one, and I was convinced. That sucks. I fucking go out there in 31st. Wow. Wow. He flops the fucking joint. Do I still deal poker? No. I thought about it, and I actually got an offer from a place that I played at, but it's way too much exposure. I think we can check this one. God, that really sucks. I am going to raise this just to protect my hand. He's going to have a flush draw a lot. Yeah, he doesn't have shit. $35th out of 98 remaining over here. Top 48 get paid. Need about 85 for the in the money average. God, that really sucked. The guy just flops the fucking joint when I flop the hand. My hand's like 90% there in a limp pot. That's fucking insane. His min-raising garbage. I already caught him 3 times on that min-raising shit, and that's so perfect. When the board pairs threes and he keeps betting like that, it's like, no. It's literally only ever the straight that beats me. He never has a 3. He never has anything. I'm usually just going to outkick him with a 5. It's fucking insane. I got in trouble another time. I had jammed my finger, right? I had jammed my finger on my right hand, which is my pitch hand. I had jammed the middle finger, right? So I couldn't pitch, but they needed me to be there, and they were paying me a shitload of money. And I was like, dude, literally, I went for the door at the cafeteria, and it wasn't propped open for some reason. And I went for it. Somebody opened it, and it hit my finger and jammed the fuck out of it. Like, I had to, like, pull and twist, and it popped, and I had tape on it. And I went back to the poker room, and they were like, oh, dude, the guys are here for Chip's game. And I was like, dude, I can't. And I showed him the thing, and I was like, I can't deal. You got to send me home and all like that. And he goes, dude, you can deal. And he blah, 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 blah. And he goes, can't you deal left-handed? Because they had seen me do that before. I go, yeah, I can deal left-handed, but I'm not really good at it. You know, I said, I can do it, but it's like a party trick. I said, I've never done it for more than like a few hands. And he goes, just do it. We're going to explain to the gentleman, you know, if there's any problem. I go, all right, fine. So I set the tape so I could bend this finger, right? And I just basically kept it bent like that. So it was supporting it, but you couldn't see the tape, basically. It was covered in a Band-Aid that looked like flesh. And I go there and I sit down and I start dealing, right? And I'm like, hey, guys, how you doing? And I'm dealing left-handed. And these guys had seen me before. And then Doyle goes, hang on a second, like 2 hands in. He goes, stop dealing. And I'm like, what? And he goes, stop the deal. And I go, I'm mid-pitch. And he goes, are you dealing left-handed? And I go, yeah. He goes, do you always deal left-handed? And I go, no. And he goes, why are you dealing left-handed? And I lift the deck, and I go, you see my finger here? I was like, I just jammed it in the commissary, the EDR. And somebody hit me with a thing, so I'm dealing left-handed because I don't have anybody else that'll deal this game. It was a lot of mixed games and stuff. And he goes, all right, because he's like, I don't know you to be a cheat. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then Chip Reese goes, yeah, I heard it too. They heard me like clicking when I was dealing. And I said, well, yeah. And they watched me deal, like they were watching my hands. And I did it slower. And I was like, yeah, because when I'm taking the cards off the deck, I had to do it with my thumb instead of with these 3 fingers. So I was doing it with my thumb on the left hand because my hands are just differently coordinated. And I was like, yeah, I'm not a left-handed dealer. So, and he's like, yeah, but he's like, when we hear that, we think somebody's cheating. They're dealing off the bottom of the deck. But I'm like, well, you guys can clearly see I have a cut card. My palm is on the bottom of the deck. I couldn't possibly be doing that. They're like, all right, that's fine. And I dealt for about 2.5, almost 3 years. I spent like 10 months at Imperial Palace, which is now the Link. I spent about a year steady at the Venetian from the end of 2005 till, well, I guess I was at the Imperial Palace about 6 months. From about, no, I guess it was January because yeah, yeah. So wait a minute, let me think here. It would have been late January, early February, at the Venetian. I think they opened in January. I'm not sure. Whenever they opened that room, that's when I started. I was there before a game was ever dealt. It was me and like 40 other dealers. From that point to almost the end of 2006, so almost a year, then they laid people off. They did it by random draw. I was the first one out. And then they called me back like 2 months later, and I had been getting work kind of here and there. And I worked there for another 3 months, and they did another random draw completely differently. Like they did it by the last four of your social the first time, and they pulled a number out, and mine was like 2 digits off. And then they did it by alphabetical, and they pulled K right out of the thing, which I was the only guy with a K last name. And it was like, they even said, they were like, dude, we didn't want to send you home twice, but we had to make it fair. But, they basically, they laid me and like 3 other guys off out of 30. And it was just like, after that, I was just like, I'm done. I'm not coming back. And I worked at Bill's Gambling Hall after that, which was the Barbary Coast before that. Now I forget what the fuck it is. Then I worked at Hooters. That was a great job. They only had one game, and I got the job because my roommate and my best friend at the time was a cage manager. He actually ran the cage for Hooters, and they needed a dealer because they only had 2 tables in their poker room, and the games didn't always go. So they'd usually get one game that would go if they had dealers that could rotate through, right? So I would show up. It would be me, a floor man, and another dealer. One game going, never 2 games once. And this was in the summer during the World Series. And these guys were just local dudes, whatever, just having fun. And I would sit there, and because I didn't give a fuck and I liked dealing, usually about 2 hours into the shift, like I would deal one, then the next dealer would come up, he'd deal one. We'd go back and forth for a half an hour each, one down, a half an hour. After about 2, maybe 2.5 hours, the other dealer, no matter who it was, would inevitably be like, hey man, you want to just take it? And I know that the game was going to go till about, let's see, my shift started at like 10 o'clock. So the game would usually go till right around 4, and then they would close the poker room and I would leave. So it would be about midnight, 1 o'clock, and then I could just lock in. So as long as the game would go, I would stay there. So I would go to the bathroom, splash water on my face, sit down at like 12:30 or 1 o'clock and be like, guys, I'm here for the duration, so understand that I'm suffering. And they would tip amazingly, and I would sit there and deal 3 to 5 hours straight. One time I dealt 8 hours straight, which was really rough. Hold on a sec. So anyway, yeah, so I would lock in and deal there. And in that, stretch where I would deal like 6 hours total of the 8-hour shift, usually on average, I'd make like $250 to $300. And it's crazy because this is a 1-2 game, and that's like, to take that much off a game, these guys were just having fun. It was great. So they were really cool guys. There was one guy who fancied himself a pro who was playing at fucking Hooters, and he was not winning. It's like, it's not a game you could consistently beat because these players didn't know enough. So like, you would just get caught by an idiot who had top pair, and you just trying to bluff him, but it's like, he's like, oh, I have a jack. And they'd roll over jack 4. And he'd be like, and he would just like pounded all the money in, and the guy would just be like, yeah, I have a jack. And they like, literally they would hold it up like this. And they were like, do I win? Like, they were talking to me like it was a table game, and I'm like, well, we got to find out what he has, and the guy would just have nothing. But yeah, Hooters was a great job. Then one day I got called in the office right when I got there, and it was fucked up because they made me a floor man so that the floor man could go home. So they made me a floor man. I would show up. This was how I got fired. I would show up, and they taught me how to be a floor. I worked as a floor one time, once. And then the next day I came in, it was the same guy, and he goes, okay, you got it, you know the closing, you know this, you know that. I go, yeah. He goes, all right, if you need change, just lock the box. He's like, keep the gate, you know, the plastic cover. He's like, we're going to keep that right here next to your chair. And if you need change or whatever, lock the box, get up, and go get change. And I was like, what are you going to do? And he's like, well, you're a floor man who's dealing. I can go home. And I'm like, you fucking serious? You're just going to leave me here? And it was 11 o'clock at night, and nobody else was there. There was no other dealer, no other nothing. He's like, do you want to deal all the game? And I go, yeah. He's like, we're going to pay you the floor man rate, and you can be a dealer, which was like 20... It was like 20-something an hour, like $20.75, and which was 3 times what I was making as a dealer hourly wage. And I'd get tips on top of it, so I was like, you know what? I needed the money. I couldn't turn it down. And I just crushed. Hooters had a poker room. Yeah, they did, man. Yeah, they did. Yeah, but it closed when they became the Oyo or the Oro, whatever the fuck they are now. I don't think they have a room anymore, but I don't know. I haven't been back there because, you know, it's a trash place. Have I considered dealing the summer WSOP? Do they pay well? No and no. Basically, especially with the new variant that came out, I don't think if you're going to the World Series, you better be playing and you better be rolled. Like, it better be worth it, man. Like, especially now that it's at fucking Bally's, which now they changed the name to the Horseshoe. Like, that's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Like, a literal fucking nightmare. And especially now with all the construction on Tropicana, it's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm not doing the World Series. I did play back in the day. I would just play the satellite tables, but they got rid of those. They got rid of the Lammer tables because there's just not enough room. So like you can't play sit and goes anymore. I played one event way back when. I played the dealer game, the dealer tournament, which was in 2006. I did okay, and then when it came down to it, I lost a race, just ace-king suited versus pocket tens. And it wasn't even for that much, but it was just like, you have to win this one, and after I lost it, I was crippled. But it went pretty well. My first hand in that one, I doubled up. I got pocket aces versus pocket kings very first hand. It's a crazy story. But no, they don't pay well, and you're fucked. And last year during the WSOP, like you're talking about 2 years ago, but last year, we got reports out here every day of dealers like being hospitalized and having COVID, and there was like 3 dealers that died last year of COVID, and like there's no nothing, there's no protections at all. It's just so bad. But they used to pay well. Back in 05, 06, I tried to get work at the series because they used to pay well, but they don't pay well anymore. It's just trash now. I'll tell you what else. Hooters was such a trash place. One time I was coming back from break, and I reached out and grabbed the door handle, leaving the back of the house, and it felt like warm Play-Doh was on the thing, but it was clear. And having worked in restaurants forever, I knew exactly what this was. I smelled it, and I was like, that's chicken. It was raw chicken, like that had been like rubbed on the handle. And so I literally I propped the door open. I went and did a sanit because I'm going to deal cards. So I went to a sanitizing station, did the whole thing, made sure it was all good. Told the kitchen manager, he locked down the area. And I went out, and I was 10 minutes late getting back from break, and I told them what happened, and they were like, holy shit, what the fuck? Turns out it was chicken. Somebody had been like cutting up a bunch of chicken parts, and then wow, look at that. They've been cutting up a bunch of chicken parts and literally just carried them in like a busser's tray, and ended up like trying to open the door to the back of the house. Couldn't do it, but dumped just gelatinous chicken juice all over the door, and it ran down, and it was all over the floor. It was just unbelievable. And I showed up like 30 seconds behind this guy running back to the kitchen to try and get a mop. But yeah, put my hand right in it. My man made it 12K and got called. It's kind of a good bet, but you're supposed to be up against Jacks Plus here, so this shouldn't get a fold. Yeah, Queens, good bet. I'm surprised. I don't know what limp calls here. Maybe like pocket, I guess pocket eights or something? Limp call fold? Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Back in 0506, I knew a couple guys that literally requested time off to deal the series, so I got a lot of hours at Imperial Palace right away. But they basically requested off by saying, either you give me the time off or I quit, because the money was so good for them. And I talked to these guys after. They were basically making, after the toke out, they would make 300 to 500 a shift dealing the World Series. Last year, I knew a couple dealers. It was like $80, and you're working 12 hours straight. Like a lot of those days, if you're going down to the final table, you're just locked in. It's fucking brutal. All right, I'll be right back. We might have to get into some cash games here. Ooh, I'm going to fix my nail. I am going to fix my nail. Ooh, I almost just took that one off. Son of a bitch. I'm still doing the press-ons. I'm going to be learning this week how to do, dip nails, I think, which is the next step before learning how to do full acrylic. I want to be able to do them myself because Courtney's not doing them anymore. Courtney's got a new job at a nail place. It's really nice. It's like a gym spa thing, you know? But she doesn't do my nails anymore. It's just not something that happens. So, which is fine. Well, I glued this on a little cockeyed, but it's better than nothing. So,
Try to fix it as much as I can here. Well, it's not great, but I only need it to last like a couple more days till I change them. So, that's fine. Saw Nope yesterday. Anybody see that?
I wanted to like it. I really did, but it was like a watered-down version of Cloverfield. It was really shit. Like, it's not good. I truly don't recommend it at all. Okay, so there's a lot of 9 max. There's a lot of 6 max. Ooh, I got one that I want to get on. I'm basically bum hunting these tables, so we'll see if I want to get on anything. I really am enjoying the 6 max, but it's much easier to play 9 max. When you're doing something else, so I'm probably going to put up a 9 max and some 6 max 50 and L just to make some money and keep me kind of focused. Let's see here. This is the 9 max. Pull that down a little bit. It's pretty good. I think that's about right. Yeah. So we got a 9 max there. I'm gonna put up some cash, just because whatever. And oops. Wow, everybody's sitting out. Yeah, there's a lot of players I don't know, so this is going to be pretty ABC easy. Yeah. It's just not like I'm saying like players I don't know aren't good, but you know, not a lot of full-time players coming in for the World Series, believe it or not. Like the majority are just total recreation. Nothing wrong with that. Honestly, a lot of times I wish I was recreational. Yeah. Yeah, so I got 250 and L's in the tournament, and we're just gonna do 9 max, and I'm gonna try to get on another one. And oh, I missed the seat. It says you're in luck. The seat's available, but it's fucking reserved for somebody. What the fuck? No, there isn't. There is not a seat available. That fucking shit's glitched out. This is one where we open small. We can represent the king very easily. And we should be. Scrooge is a floater, though, so he's thinking about it, but betting bigger, I think, makes more sense. Queen's in the tournament. Sitting 47th out of 70. Top 48 get paid. So we're doing pretty good. Average is 57K, but if you have that, you're in 25th place, so it's not an average, it's not a mean, it's more of just an average of chips. So, kind of tough because we have 20 blinds. So if we 3-bet, we're looking to get it in. We're not going to fold. If this player, I was just going to say, if this player jams, it's kind of the best case scenario because usually he's just going to have ace queens, ace kings, and jacks. Yep, hold please. Hold.
Hold the baby. It's just that's just always what his range is. Like he's just never going to be jamming aces and kings. So ace king's good. And hey, just like that, we're at 70K, and that puts me in 20th place out of 69 players remaining. That's pretty awesome. I got my buddy over here, who, if you keep him on the table long enough, I'll get all his chips. Especially in this scenario. This is a great jam spot, but I don't like the 3-bet here because of this player. Because he's very much so pre-flop aggro. Not bad. Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. The ace can often be good here. Checking, I don't see too many players checking an ace. The 10's not the best, but we can absolutely bet. King 10, Queen 10, Jack 10, they all live in both these seats. But the ace can be good. It can just be like a pair of 9s or like King Queen or something, or King Jack. But 80K. In 16th place now. Yeah, he's over. You're trying to steal too early, man. Like, there's 68 players left, but 48 get paid. You should be stealing at around... Well, I guess you could steal at around 70, but I think it's a little early. I think you should wait for, like, 65, 60. There's 68 players left right now. It's going to go quick, but I think he's just doing too much. So, we'll see. We will absolutely see. Let's see here. See, this is tempting, but like you see this stack and the 3-bet potential in here, and then plus this maniac. Like, if we were down to 50 players or 55 players, I would be stealing, but it's just too early. Like, I think we're better off just giving it up. Of course he gets walked. Hello, hello. Ace would be great. As versus this player, he doesn't really know how to fold an ace with a bad kicker. We have to bet big because when he has ace-jack plus, or ace-10 plus, honestly, we're going to stack him. Like, that's literally my notes on the guy. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, he's not wrong a lot, but the way I'm going to bet, it's just going to be like bang, bang, bang. I'm just going to absolutely take him. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like this is trash. It just really doesn't seem like anything. Like, he keeps typing in these weird bets on the turn and then betting, like, perfect round on the river. Bum, 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 bum. $64 players left, 48 getting paid. God, that really sucked that I ran into that fucking super cooler and that fucking other one. But what are you gonna do? Can I get on this other fucking table with this fucking monkey, please? Spaced out there for a second. I might have to do the eye drops again. Child-proof container. They don't smell minty either, but god damn it, they are fucking strong. King 5? Wow. Oof. That's so weird. Ugh. I like it, but it is weird. Oof. What the fuck happened that hand? Wow. Heroed. Heroed with a 3. Jesus. The 7 deuces, last couple hands would have won a shitload. 1 flush and 1 straight. Yeah, that's what's his name, isn't it? Yeah, it is. See, now at least you're kind of in range of the steal. Like, it's kind of good. But, then again, tilt factor. What are you going to do? That shit definitely keeps you awake. Like, it sucks because they're so fucking expensive, but I'm going to be addicted to them for life now. But, I don't know. It takes a long time to use them up. Ba, 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 ba. Dun, 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 dun. You know what's crazy is I haven't seen Beverly Hills Cop 3. Was it 3? No, it was 2. The one with the alphabet murders. I haven't seen that shit in so fucking long. It's insane. And then the other day I was watching... Look at this dumb shit. This is crazy. So, player raises over here. Call. Min re-raise. Like, it's just the dumbest thing. This guy's been sitting there for an hour and just doing the dumbest shit. Like, you gotta bomb this here. He's just not going to do it, right? He might. But anything half pot or less, I'm calling.
Yeah, this is just garbage. I don't know what this is. He did raise pre-flop, so he's most likely to have the king. This is most likely to be the draw, but... Ooh. He's an overplayer, so he's going to have 2 pair plus here. Maybe a lot of sets of 5s. So I'm going to let it go. I opened small here. I am going to continue small. Look at my 7 on the turn. Look at this shit. I mean, this should be a lot of sets of 5s, so I might have gotten off easy. Yeah, I think I got off easy. I won the other one with a simple c-bet. This has got to be a set of 5s, right? Or queen jack of hearts. Like, I couldn't fold here. I'm glad I folded before this. I'll let you know what happens. Yeah, set of 5s. Set of 5s. Ace, king of hearts. Shouldn't have taken him that long. He had too many outs, but yeah, set of 5s. And we got ace, king. We are going to rejam. It sucks if we run into it behind, but this player jamming for 4, 5, 6 blinds. We have to go. Ace or king, please, or diamond would be nice. Ace, king, diamond. Ah, a lot of outs. But it's 5 blinds. Not a big deal. But it cost me 15K. Would have been nice to win that one, though. 6 blinds. 6.5. But what can you do? It's just a race. Alright. Limp pot. I just checked the option. I gotta take longer, bro. Like, I don't have anything. Like, what are you doing? God damn it, I really want to get on this fucking table. Oh my god. It's such a great table, but nobody's on it. Like, nobody's going to leave it, but it's such a great table, 6 max 50. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Look at this shit. You're not going to fucking believe this. Like, it's crazy. So, open rip. Called off by king, queen, and he hits the jack. Pair of 4s. There's 55 left in that. And what did I say? 48 getting paid. So, we're cool. We don't have to do anything. But, obviously, we're going to take good steal spots. But it is kind of sketch at the moment. And we could definitely be good over here unless we're like losing to like a pair of 7s or something. I'm just going to check. 7s! Oh, there's 9s. Could 3-bet. But honestly, I like the call in this scenario because we flop a set of 10s. I'm not really worried about anything unless it's a very specific run out. Speak of the devil. Well, I mean, he's betting. Obviously, there's gut shots and open enders, but he just called the raise pre-flop, so he can also have sets of deuces and king, queen. So we're just going to hope he has a set of deuces. Hope I see a check raise here. I mean, he could definitely have queens, but obviously we're not going to just worry about monsters under the bed. It's kind of great.
Hopefully he bombs. Set of deuces, I think he bombs it. 9 is pretty good. I am going to raise here. I'm going to make it 20. I also have a hand in the tournament, but I think we'll stick with this. I got ace-queen at first. I'm in opened. There's a couple jam spots that are tough for me, but... So now we're heads up. He just goes away. It's fine. He could have had king-jack. It's fine. I'm supposed to charge him. Opened up in first. It's kind of easy after all these guys fold. Yeah, we'll just take it down. 26th place, 55 players left. Top 48 getting paid. Oh, that's not the right tournament. Or that's not the right table. It's a good table, but I don't want it. Like, I don't want it because there's such a good 6-max table I'm trying to get on. Limp. All right. 8's okay. Just going to bet the minimum. He can definitely have a queen. He's not supposed to have too many aces. Yeah, just... I have something, so you just bet. Yeah, we got this one. I raised, check flop, check turn. We get a bet here. Obviously, we call. And we miss, and we're just going to check fold. It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and open here. The guy had a pair of threes, so I definitely could have won it if I just bet at any point, but it's not the way I wanted to play that hand. Do have another hand in the, yeah, I just got jammed on from the small blind, or the big blind. It's fine. I'm gonna bet here. Just bet it like it's a queen. Pretty strong if we have a queen. There's really not much for them to have either, right? So there's not a lot of floats here. But we may bet twice. Snap call, king on the turn. I like betting here a lot. We can have king queen. They could have king queen quite a bit, but they can also have like 8-7 and just be like, fuck, I can't even hit an 8 now to win. Ooh, hello. This is gonna get walked. Maybe not. 6. You're a joker. 8. Typing in the bets has an effect. 18. This doesn't allow me to fold on the river. So if he calls, I'm just jamming. Like, I'm literally just setting it up. I don't think he had shit. Ooh, wasn't expecting that. Thought we were going to get to see a flop there. Huh. Hmm. 52 players left, 48 getting paid in this one. So we're looking for steal spots. I almost took this one, but because of this player, and I was right, he did make a raise. I think I would have gotten 3-bet. It would have been rough. Obviously, I would have come out good, but... Oh, that would have been a bad card.
Number 1 out of 8 people waiting to play on this fucking table because of this one sucker. A lot of jam stacks behind. I don't like not having a Broadway card in my hand. From this position, if I was here, I would open it, but I'm going to let it go. No, that's a big fucking open. that got crazy. Making a few dollars in the cash games, not bad. Man, 51 players left, 48 get paid. I'm currently 25th. And below the average, but not by much. I'm like 20% below. Right? What is that, like 8K? Yeah. I'm like 12 or 15% below the average. Not even 20. I could have also, when I was playing those kings, when I went 6 pre-flop, 8 on the flop, and then 18 on the turn, I could have just checked it to him. Because he may have decided to bluff. I could have gone 8 again and then see if he would raise. Yeah. But I didn't want to give the chance of like getting bluffed or folding or whatever, so I just bet enough to put him in. Yeah. And it was a pretty good pot, 30 blinds. Profit, 30 blinds. Okay. A little more 5-hour energy. Man, that shit is a jolt. Like, it's stronger than 5-hour energy, but it doesn't have half the bad shit in it. Oh my god. Get me on this game. I got hands on all 3 tables. Oh, one of them I can't play. This is kind of tough because MDF would say I have to defend. It's pretty good for my defense. I'm just going to check. A lot of times we are beat, but we still have tons of equity. I don't want to blow it. Just going to check. There's no... Ace deuce! I'm good. We chop it. See, that's the thing. He's going a little too far. Yeah, but he's got all the chips, man. He is the chip leader of the literal tournament. So he should be doing that. Now this player, last time I limped, he jammed. All right, I like that. The question is, if I defend here, does he jam immediately? I don't think this close to the button. So it cost me 42 to win 12. Yeah. It's close. But because of the jam factor, I think I have to let it go. Come on, don't prove me wrong. Jam it. It's against the guy in first, so if he jams, he should have some kind of range, like pocket eights plus. But he's got enough blinds. He doesn't have to do anything. I mean, we're not even hand for hand, really. I mean, it's close, and it's going to be quick because the smallest has like 4,800. Whoa. A little pair down here. Kind of like that. Right around it. I got 5s in the fucking tournament too. That's kind of rough. It's not bad, but I just may have to fold quite a bit. I'm going to have to fold it. This guy's going to jam. That is a huge bet, sir. And I just binked the 3 right off. How pissed are you about the aces? I flopped the joint on the other table. And the tournament's hand for hand. This might have been a reach, but I just feel like he's betting that much. He's either got nothing or he's got aces and he's not going to fold. Then I got this shit. Hold. God, I really thought it was coming. Or I really thought I was going to win that one. For 68K. And to break the bubble. That sucks. This guy min-raised. I called it. He jammed. And I absolutely have to call. That fucking sucks. So now I have 15 blinds. A lot of players go stupid here and just go broke, but you don't even have to play this. I won the other one. The guy just folded. And I won this one. This guy just kept pounding on it. I raised. And bet the flop. He called. I checked. He bet the turn. I checked. He checked the river. I really thought he would go for it, but I just have so much of this board. So he only had $10 left. He's a fucking idiot. But whatever. That really fucking sucked. God, if I hit that, I've got 100K. Every time I'm in a situation where I can get to 100K, I can't fucking win the race. What does 5-hour energy taste like? They don't have it in Scotland. Kind of like sweet tarts that somebody added a lot of salt to. Like if you took sweet tarts and put them in like a little bit of water and like shook it up and like made the sweet tarts break down, and then added a shitload of salt. And this tastes like Robitussin. This is a knockoff of 5-hour energy. It's called Extra Energy Shot Extreme Energy Shot. These are like 50 cents a piece. They're super cheap, but they actually are better for you than 5-hour energy. So I actually like them. But normal 5-hour energy is kind of like any energy drink. Like, yeah, UK doesn't sell, or Scotland doesn't sell those. A lot of places don't sell them internationally. But like, if you ever had like a Monster energy drink, not so much a Red Bull. Red Bull is more tastes like sweet tarts, but I think like a Monster. Or what's the other one that I like? The D-Fuel. I used to be so into the fucking energy drinks. But they're just trash. Like, they're just so bad for you. Like, and plus you'd end up going to bed and you're just like your heart's just beating out of your fucking chest. And you're like, okay, did I drink a fucking over-the-counter, highly caffeinated, with B12 and taurine drink? Or did I just do a line of cocaine off of a 2-foot dick? Like, what the fuck just happened to me? Like, there were times when I just absolutely did not sleep. Because I'd had Red Bull and vodka. Like, this is when I was in my 20s, too. So it was like, Currently, hand for hand. Could have just min-clicked that. The fives, when I noted it. This is close. It's almost a bet. Unless he bets. He's blocking with, like, the queen. You can have it. Yeah. Oh, but I got aces, and I get to look tilted. Come on, man. I'm just trying to look like I'm tilted. Ah, fucker. He goes for it, too. I've done it with him so many times. Hey, what's up, Chloroform? I didn't realize that was you. Please stack River Vegas or similar on the cash table. They have a Union Jack pictured. Man, you Scots hold that grudge, don't you? I mean, I'm Irish with some Scottish. Hey, look at this. We're in the cash. You're going to need to explain what a sweet tart is. We don't have them in UK either. They're like pressed powder into like tablets that are exactly what they say. They're sweet and they're tart. So they're just like a weird candy. I think they're also known as Smarties in the long pack, but in UK I think Smarties are chocolate, right? Rockets. They're called rockets. The packs of ones, they look like long strips of like these little discs. I believe they're called rockets in the other parts of the world. Out here we call them Smarties, and they're also what sweet tarts taste like. So yeah, I think they're called rockets. But it's a candy, I guess is the short explanation. I usually drink the mango flavored Monster. I don't like the regular energy drink flavor. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the flavor. It's regular energy drink. So we see a small open. I went ahead and 3-bet. Nice. I mean, I'm still sitting on like 11 blinds here, even if I fold. So I'm not too worried about this. Really not. Like, I feel okay. Like, the average is 86K, but one double we're at 64. I mean, it's like... We're at like 74 if we do it out of the blinds. It's a very good way to describe what a 5-hour energy tastes like. Very accurate. It is. It was. I once heard him described Red Bull. I once heard Red Bull described like somebody took a bunch of sweet tarts and dropped them in a jar of piss until they dissolved. Ooh, we got Ace King. Well, with 10.5 blinds, we are getting the money in here. It kind of doesn't matter what happens, but after 2 folds, we're all in no matter what. Good jam spot, good raise spot, good jam spot, or good raise spot. I'm not even going to fuck around. I'm just going to schmuck all the money in. So... All right, I'll take it. No risk. Nice little jump there. See, now we're 1 double away from the average. I'm cool. And there's 46 players left. I'm in 35th. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the play here. We don't have to bet much. once we get past this player, we should be okay, unless this guy's like just ultra trapping. But yeah, that's just a nice one. It's just it's not like I'm betting the 4, but it's just nice to have a piece of the board because it takes away combinations that other people can have, like ace 4 or whatever like that. So you don't really need to bet much there. It just looks like you have like king jack or something. Smarties are chocolate with a crunchy shell. Yeah. To us, those are M&Ms, but Smarties are shaped different, but Smarties have a hugely thick candy shell. Like, I remember eating those and being like, why do I have sand in my mouth? Much superior chocolate, though. This was in Canada. Much superior chocolate. But yeah, the Rockets, I think they're called Rockets. You know what? I'm going to find them. I'm going to look it up and find them. Yeah, there it is. Smarties versus Rockets. I'm going to find the picture. Okay, so check this out. Right here. These are what we call Smarties in the U.S. These things. Where's my fucking camera? These are what we call Smarties. They're known as Rockets elsewhere. Oh, God damn it. Why did you... Nuts.com. Get out of here. These things. These are like powdery candy... fucking nonsense. Like, it's just pure sugar. Like, these things. But I'm pretty sure they're called Rockets. Because I went to Smarties versus Rockets. Yeah. Smarties Giants, Smarties. But these are Smarties in other parts of the world, which is so weird because they're so different. But, oh, here's Rockets right there. There they are. It's the same exact thing, but they're just called Rockets. It's the same. See, Rockets, Smarties. Same exact fucking thing. That's what they are. .45 players left. Not a lot of big jumps in the prize pool here. You start out, you win 35-41 if you come in 48th to 37th. 36 to 31, you go up 50 cents. 30th to 25, you go up 50 cents. You go up 69 cents from 24th to 19th. 18th, you go up $2.50. 15th, you go up $5, $4.99. And then from 13th to 12th, you go up $15, just under $15. And then you get a jump of like $21 to 9th place. So there's really not much going on here until you get to the final table. But people fuck around and think this doesn't matter. Your goal here is to get to the final table. Because these pays, like 8th place is shit, but then you go 30% jump, 40% jump, 30% jump, 40% jump, 30, 30, 30, 30. So those payoffs jumps are huge. So you got to go by the price that you're looking at now. So it doesn't matter. So you want to go for shit, but at the same time you can make some conservative folds. I'm just going to go ahead and bet. Protecting an overpair, it looks like. Nice. We have M&Ms too. They're better than Smarties. The crunchy M&Ms are great. Oh, I love crunchy M&Ms. You know what are really underrated? Pretzel M&Ms. Those are great. My only beef with them is that the coloring that they use, if you eat too many of them, you shit fucking multicolored green. You shit like different shades of green. It's fucking insane. Yeah, but I like the crunchy M&Ms. They're crispy. They have like Rice Krispies in them, right?
That is a huge bet. Fizzers! They're called fizzers. Okay. Yeah, that was Canada and UK that had them as rockets. Fizzers. That's a new one. Let's look that up. Fizzers candy. Son of a bitch. There they are. Fizzers. Yep, that's them. That's exactly them. Let me see if I can show it. God damn, there's a lot of pop-ups on this. Yeah, there you go. Lieber's Fizzers. Yeah. Pretty rad. Ooh, I got 7s. And under 10 big blinds. Kind of depends who does what. It's kind of close. If this player... I believe if either of these players just open normally, I jam. If he jams straight away, I'm calling off. I got 7s on a cash game table, too. Limp. I don't love that. He could have aces, but I don't have any other moves, so we're just jamming. He calls by now if he has a pair, right? King, queen. Nice. Let's play. We got a min raise from our buddy Eric over here. And then there was a call and a check around. I am going to continue betting against my buddy. He can definitely have like a pair of 8s or something or 5s, but I think we have to keep betting. He should spring the trap. Yeah. Eric, you know me, man. Don't do that. You know I'm not gonna fucking hard bluff you. And then we have this one where I raised pre-flop and this guy's now betting we are gonna raise. Ooh, I just got on the fucking table I wanted to. Yeah, and he just goes away. People do that shit to try to like throw off your rhythm. Don't let him. Oh, but of course the guy that I wanted to play against is fucking broke now. Oh my god. Yeah, the love hearts aren't the same. The love hearts taste like chalk. The love hearts are definitely not the same. I do believe we can represent this king. Yeah, I'm not going to play this fucking 6-max. The guy that I want to play against is broke. Okay, so my dude calls here. I do think we have to bet again. He can definitely be on a flush draw, and if he is, he never has a pair. If he has a king, he'll absolutely raise. That sucks. I can't do shit now. He's not going to fold a king. Yeah, nice catch, asshole. I'm not going to play this fucking cash game. I waited so long to get on it. Maybe I will. There's a couple of spots on it. Yes, we have pretzel M&Ms. Yeah, that's specifically... That one's not everywhere. Oh, here you go. So I'm in raise. This guy jams. We make it a rejam. I may have to call off if this guy does. He just calls... Jack on the flop. This kind of sucks because I have one move. Yeah, he's going to call with every heart. Hold. The ace? Oh, God. Ugh. Just puts 45K on the line. I go out in 42nd. Ugh, that sucks. Well, we got in the other cash game. I mean, the guy had 12 outs twice. The coincidence that he has the ace of hearts is ridiculous. Yeah, those candy hearts, though, that, like, say be mine and shit, those taste like chalk. They're nothing like that. So, what did I get? I got 42nd place. Yeah, 35. I could have just open ripped it, but honestly, raising made more sense with my stack at, like, 14 big blinds. I can't believe the guy fucking called off like that. That really sucks. But, whatever. I got it in pretty good. And we got to make something happen. I mean, I can't sit there with fucking 12 blinds and not get the money in. Like, because if I bet smaller, he's just going to check jam on me if he's any kind of player. So we got Busto calling us down here. So we just got some cash games going. But they're good cash games. I got a 6-max here and a couple of 9-max. Always hate this, but we're just going to bet. It's very unlikely to get a queen here because king queen's the most positive or the most probable, but whatever. Nice. How many updates do I have to get from UPS before my fucking package is delivered? Yeah, I'm gonna get some value here. Okay. Fair. Like, I just got another of the same fucking notification from UPS. Full pot? I don't buy it. Ooh, look at that jack. That's good and bad because ace queen plays the exact same way. I'm going to check. If he bluffs, he bluffs. But he probably won't, right? Yeah. He may have had like king 10. No, he had pocket deuces. I was saying king 10, but I meant king queen. But he should have bet again. All right, is this fucking thing going to be delivered today, man? I'm fucking waiting on shit here. Yeah, it's the same update like 15 times because it's changed hands so many. So, I don't know. Maybe I want to get off this... Oh, that's what he's doing. Yeah, I'm going to get on the list for a couple more tables because I want to keep playing for a little while. But I'm going to get off this bottom right one or bottom left one just because I'm almost at 100 and... So we're looking at cash games here. Yeah, I'm going to ditch this table soon. There's a couple of good tables. Like, I'm looking at who the big stacks are, and they are not good. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get on another 6-max. I'm hungry, but I like don't want to eat. All right, we got another table here. Yeah, I got the good seat there. Oh, this isn't even up all the way. All right, there we go. Absolument. He's going to have an overpair quite a bit. It's so fucking lame. It's so fucking lame. Jesus, fuck off. I min raised and then this came out. I misclicked the min raise. Ah. I got another 9 max going. I got off the other table and Yeah, so this is what it looks like right now. We've got a couple of 6 max up here and a couple 9 max down here. Yeah. I could raise it, but whatever. So we're up a little bit. Not bad. I am going to just bet right at it. This player raised pre-flop and I called. We pick up the flush draw on the turn. Kind of sucks that it's a queen. Call. May have to call this river bet too. 10 jack got there, so it's not a great bluff spot. So like when they bet this one, they just never have a queen. So I guess he kind of realized that. He had jack 8, yeah, so he hit some help on the river. But nowhere near enough. What did I win in that tournament? Like 36 bucks? It's not bad. I mean, it was a $21 total cost for me, so. Ooh, look at this flop. So this is a limped pot, and I flop pretty much the world. In situations like this, I kind of like betting kind of big, because it is just a pair of 10s, but people will go apeshit, and there's only one flush draw higher than mine. So, and it's a limped pot, so it's not exactly common. Have an interesting situation. So we saw a limp and then a small raise, and then I 3-bet and we take it down. Get rid of that. Kind of cruising along. Like I feel good. Like I'm just kind of waiting for my energy to dip again, but I feel good at the moment. And, you know, we're making money. Can definitely 3-bet here, but versus certain players, I'd rather just call. Are there any other good tournaments? I don't think I want to get in any, honestly. This is the 1200 Turbo Rebuy. Let me look at what this fucking thing is. 30 minutes till the end of registration. Blinds go up every 6 minutes. They do it for 75 minutes, so that's 10. Level 13, you come in 600. You get 14,000 chips at 600 blind. So what is that? Like 20? Look at this equity. I have a pretty standard 3-bet over here. There was a raise and a call. I 3-bet the suited ace on the button. Not bad. Take it down, take it down, take it down. Yeah.
Suited, I would have gone smaller. Offsuit's okay. I am going to bet. There we go. I mean, sometimes you just got to smash through these motherfuckers. Like, especially on boards that don't favor the razor, like, you have to bet bigger. Like, even if it came out king high there, I would bet 1/3. Just because it's like, what am I afraid of if I have ace king? But in that one, there's no help for ace king or ace queen. So it's like you bet 2/3 pot because it's like I'm representing an overpair. So you never want to make it easy on people, you know. That's a min raise from Ron. I am going to 3-bet. What do I know about you, Ron? Okay. Okay. I know some good stuff about you. Queen's nice. I'm going to check. I am going to bet. Very small for the turn. But I'm trying to make it look like I have the ace of clubs. I think if he calls, we can honestly check back on the river, but he's never going to call, right? Yeah, so I feel pretty good. Sergeant, quit the barking. How you doing, Chooch? I'm gonna clean your face later, buddy. Your ball's schmutzy. Oh, god damn it, I sat out. I don't think I missed anything. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Pretty good. I think we can play in flow quite often. Bad bet if it took you that long. Huh. He could have a set here. Alright, let me see here. I mean, that's an overbet. And people don't overbet bluff, even though they should, especially guys like this. So I'm going to get rid of it. People just don't do it. So he had like queens that he was way overplaying. Or he could have even had a set of sevens or something. I definitely don't think I had a chance. And what I know of him, he's not that kind of guy. Like, man, I've had fives a lot today. Look at this. I got fives on 2 tables right now. Fives were huge for me earlier on the cash game. Short stack doing this is kind of super annoying, but I don't think we want to fold just yet. God damn it. Fucking worst fucking flop ever. Not one club or anything? Oh, that's going to go right down. Look at the queen on the turn. King 10 and King King. No shit. I don't really want a 3-bet. It's no other reason than that. Like, it's a perfectly fine hand to do it with. But again, another short stack. Like, there's so many fucking fish right now, it's insane. Wow, I am getting tired. Oh, that sucks. I don't know if PH is ever going to 4-bet. I am going to call here. I want to see what happens. I really wanted to see an 8. The problem here is King-Queen. We kind of have to see how much he bets because the backdoor straight draws. Well, that's a moron with pocket aces. Like, if I just hit a set there, you just give me the money every time? That's your whole plan? Or your planned hole? He's been on the table a while. He might be getting pissed off. We got a little something going on over here. Player raised small. I called. I am going to bet the turn now that I pick up a pair. I got another one that was 3-bet like insane. Flush on the river. I'm going to bet. There's a lot of straights that get there. I think we can check. I can absolutely bet, but Ryan can have anything in the blind. Absolutely going to call. He's going to have a lot of flush draws. Can have some 5-6 for sure. Oh, that's tough. What do you do? Yeah, ace-king's good, right? Yeah. Oh, you didn't see it. Sorry, guys. I'll show you in a sec. Ooh, I just made 2 pair over here, though. Really? I mean, he can have 5-7, but it's a full pot bet. I have 2 pair. I don't think I can fold. He can have 9-10 for sure. Oh, those aren't blockers. A 9 is not a blocker. A 10 is a blocker, because that blocks 9-10 and King 10. You don't have the shit for it, man. So this is what happened. I raised pre-flop on this one, and then we check flop. He bet turn and river, and I called him down with ace king, and that was good. I'm going to go ahead and bet here and just take it down. That's fine. I think I have to take a break. I'm up a fair whack today. Well, not too much, but... Gut shot, strizzle, flizzle. See, the ace sucks because this is garbage, but he just hit the ace. It's fine. He's a fucking bluff donktard. That's fine. I do have to get some... What the fuck is that? He only does this with aces. It's hilarious. The guy just hates aces. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. I'll tell you guys where I'm at right now. Hang on a sec here. Let me kill these tables. Yeah, I did good today. I mean, it's not awesome, but I'm up like a buy-in, I think. Yeah, something like that after all those tournaments. So yeah, the COVID's obviously still hitting me. I'm going to find somebody to send you guys out to. I'm just really tired. I got to eat.
And yeah, so I'll see you soon. Maybe I'll come back and play possibly some Fortnite tonight or more poker if I'm up for it. But yeah, man, I'm still struggling through this. So, don't worry, though. I'm good except for my energy level and slight headaches. So it's all right. I will see you guys soon. If not tonight, then absolutely tomorrow.